Hello, hello. Hello, my God and goddesses. We are here to awaken people the hell out. Okay, we're going to be talking about karma and how you can burn off more karma by you can burn off karma by doing for other people from your heart, really from your heart. If you do it for other people from your heart, you will be able to you will be able to more or less what I know. Okay, create live stream. Okay, no one's here yet. All right. Hey, enter studio. Stage. Share screen. Share. Go live. Go live. All right. And then copy. Hi. You're welcome to go on my StreamYard. I started late. I was supposed to be on at 2, so I can be done, if I did a 2-hour thing. So what I did is I ran out of papers, and I needed to get some new papers, so I figured I'd make a couple joints for myself. All right. And I'm keeping all the good in. We're talking about karma here. And a lot of people think that karma, if you just do bad karma, you got to pay it off. There's a way, there is a shortcut, my lovelies. You can get your karma burned off by doing well for your community. Literally, you can burn off shitloads of it. And if you do it from the heart, like if you help your community in any fashion where it helps somebody and they don't know who it is, but you know you did it good, that always gives me a good thing. I've done that many times. You know, you can get in contact around Christmas time over at this church and say, hey, I want to adopt a family. They looked at you and I said, yeah, I want to adopt one family that really needs it. This is how much money I have to offer. And yeah, I did have some money to offer. And I did help a family out. And I did not want to be named. I do not want people to know. I'd rather be known as being evil. Yeah, I'm evil, evil. And that's what I did. You can do the same thing too. Yeah, I want to adopt a family. This is how much money I have to put towards this family. You know, they had a lot of things going on, and I was able to help this family that never knew where the money came from and the help came from. I said, say it came from an angel. That's all I wanted to be named as. Just that. Get my wings. So, if you always want to burn off extra karma, what you can do is when you give, it could be money, it could be um, time, it could be all those things. If you give from the heart, you know. So this week, I plan on going to the shelter. I've signed myself up for there, and I will be going to the shelter this week and giving. So just in case, it's always good to give to the people that reside in. And I really I'm like really very excited about it, because I love animals and animals love me. I don't know why. So, if you have a karmic thing and you're wondering why you're having bad luck, another thing is, and I tell people this, go on the meditation that they have here on YouTube for like getting bad, evil eye or whatever. Just play it every day if you feel the need. If you're having people do bad stuff to you, because let me just be honest, after what was sent to me, it was just like it really fucked me over in a mental sense for a bit. It brought out, the Lilith in the bad way. And I usually like to bring her out in a good sense where she is standing up for myself and other people's objectives in life in general. And when I felt that it was going a bit further than what it should, I just thought, okay, this is too much. So I also was contacted that people were, doing bad juju. So that's their karmic thing. And if you do bad magic, what you have to do to clear bad magic karma, you have to help another wizard, another witch or wizard, and ask for no money. That's how you clear magic karma is harder to clear up than regular karma, okay? You got to help another person through your heart and really help them, and don't ask for money or anything. Say, I will protect you. I'll send protection things and do this. If you help enough people, your magic karma will be burned off. Now, it's not going to be burned off quickly, but it will be burned off, You just have to help a lot of people from your heart. You can't do it and say, oh, you owe me 150. No, no, no. It comes from pro bono, which is, of course, a French word meaning free. So if you are wanting to burn off karma, get into your neighborhood, find out where they need help from the heart. I love helping with animals because every time I help with the church, they tried to get me married off. Yeah, they had this one guy. He's like, I'm like, oh, I'm a whole bowl of you don't know what to deal with. So I told them, I told them I'm gnostics and I just like helping, human beings out. And suddenly a lot of good luck will happen to you if you start just helping people out. It's one of those wonderful things that you get, you know, and it always makes me feel absolutely great. Now, how's a way to know that you have a lot of karmic to burn? A lot of people don't even know if they have a lot of karma or what the karma is and how it pertains to you. Because once you get to a higher vibration, the karmic thing doesn't apply, just to be honest. After you get, because your vibration is higher. You're not wanting to go and do bad things or go sleep around with 50 million people. You want to connect with one. You have a whole different feeling. You won't even at times want to do weed because you're with somebody that is giving you meaning, or you're feeling like you're getting meaning out of it. So, yeah. So here I am. I'm making my joint so I could smoke it here. And yeah, I got to make some more. Yeah, I get set alarm for 12 a.m.
I've turned on your midnight alarm.
Thank you. So I'm really excited, about the future and stuff. If you want to, yeah, I'm going to be honest. If you are a higher vibration, the karmic thing really doesn't matter with you. Yeah. I like to do good things because it just brings me closer to nature. I like to help in the nature preserve, if they need any help with anything. Usually it's more so that they have people who know what they're doing, but I just love it. It is so beautiful out today, you know. I wish I would have just driven to the nature preserve and I have stuff that is not, like this. So I could, just get a little high and enjoy the sky. I usually go over there for a long period. I bring a lunch and enjoy it. Tomorrow I'm shopping right after work. I don't care anymore. If I'm going to look like a scruffy duffy. Mhm. But I am planning Monday to go to the gym. I have to, do something. So here it is. I walked over to Coyote Corner. Oh yeah, I got my sorry joints. They're a little bit bigger than the regular. Then I get the 6. Oh. Well, so Temu loves me. They see me coming 5 miles away and they go, "Oh, we send wrong crap. We put stuff that she can only fit one booby and we go send her wrong crap." It was supposed to be a beautiful red, like orange dress, goes down to your knees. It looks adorable. I received lingerie. I wouldn't wear that outside unless I had a swimsuit and I threw it over it because, damn, if I wore that outside as a dress, I would be getting a lot of attention. So, yeah, Timu's looked at me. I do have the Timu light that I have over my where I park my car. And that's okay, but they advertised it as the bulbs being about this big. You know how small them fuckers are? They're about this big. Timu looks at me and they just go, "Oh, we send wrong stuff. Yeah, yeah, that dress was real good. Oh, yeah, fit one boob. Ah." That's why I haven't shopped Timu. Now, I have friends who shop Timu all the time. They get great shit. They really do. I shop Timu and Timu looks at me like, "Oh, we send her good stuff. Yeah, we send her the stuff that scares you." Yeah. Timu sent me some stuff that was like, you got to be joking stuff. Are you serious stuff? Oh my gosh, stuff. Yeah. So I haven't shopped Timu in a whole long. The last time I shopped on Timu, I was living in the RV, and it's been a couple years, and they still send me shit. So we're talking about karma too, and if you're higher vibration, the karma thing of payment and all this stuff goes to a different wayside. It's because that's what I've been realizing. God, my dad's karmic. He used to talk about this all the time. The reason why I'm talking about it is because I was remembering what my dad told me. He said the reason why he has problems with his kids, meaning my brother and my siblings. My dad told me that it was a pleasure having me as a child. I opened his mind and we got along great. When I was 18, we had the best, miniature parties at my dad's house anywhere. And it was great. So here's the whole thing. Karma is if you're, let's just be honest, if you're a mean asshole of the month club, and it doesn't matter if you're male or female, and you're doing mean stuff. I mean, I can list stuff, but here, if you need them to be list, you can be sending black magic to somebody. It doesn't matter if you do it or you pay somebody. If it's done by your money, it is done by you. And then you can be talking about between spreading lies about people. That's bad. making people look worse, in a light that they shouldn't, you know. People who I've seen people who would walk around pissing vinegar, being in a bitchy mood, and sitting there saying, I don't understand why all this is going on. Maybe you need to pull back and understand that not everything works the way you want it to do. Not everything is going to be what you want it to be. So you want to burn karma? Do nice things from the heart. Really mean them from the heart, because if you don't, it's not going to burn. You're going to be doing a lot of action, and no, your credit, your karma payment will not get done. So if you want to do what I have told people, the first part of paying credit karma is forgiveness. And it sounds really strange. It's forgiveness. You just forgive them for their trespasses because they know not. They are stupefied. They're in their own drama. Whatever is going on, the best way to pay your karma is to go and forgiveness, give to the community. You know what I mean? Your time, your essence to the community in some form or manner. This time I'm going to help the where they keep the animals, because I figured the last time I helped over at the church, I got invited to a fish fry, and I said, I really don't I help you guys because I want to help the community. And I explained in a nice way until they didn't get it. And I finally just said, look, I believe in a whole different thing than you guys, and I'm agnostic, but I, don't mind coming out and helping out people. And they go, oh, okay, I don't want to go through that fucking explanation again, okay? I don't want to sit there and explain that I'm not their cup of tea. It's like going through it again, In high school, I had some people who wanted me to join this church that when I was 8, I would have been all, because it was very fancy and a lot of people had money there. And I was all like, ooh, money and people. And by the time I was 18, I was like, get the fuck away from me. I already made the decision what I wanted to do in life. And apparently my dad was pissed at me. Oh, God, my cat's been knocking shit down again. I gotta look down here and find out what he knocked down. So anyway, yeah, my dad wanted me to be something different than what I was, and here I am. So yeah, if you forgive people, it will make it a lot easier. You will be able to move on faster, and yeah, it does burn karmic points. Yeah, not all of them, but that's where you learn and where you constantly forgive. Yeah, you constantly forgive all the time, especially those assholes, when you're driving and they just drive like assholes and you're like, I'm looking for my vape that I want to take later on. And I can't find it. Damn it. Did you help move my vape, Mr. El Gato? So, yes, I have noticed that, when I went to go buy my thing, I go, God, I smoked a bit much. So I walked it. If I'm too high, I'm not going to be driving. So I decided to walk it to get my papers. I figured, they got tap and pay. I love that. That's the one thing that we're all been, Walmart doesn't have tap and pay. So yeah, karma. Okay, so and temu. Let's just be honest. Temu back in the day before all the tariffs was pretty decent, and if you lost $14 to $25, it wasn't a bad deal. Now it's with the tariffs, it's way more expensive, and I don't want to go shopping under that kind of thing. It's different if it's $20, And usually, I've spent some good money on there and got nothing really decent. So that's why I stay away from Temu. Because Temu just seems to look at me like, yeah, we'll just do something. So, yeah. So, yeah, I've come to the point like, a lot of people, hi, how are you? We're talking about karma. The best way to actually avoid karma, like the credit karma, is forgiveness. That's one way. And then another way is, I call it the double layer, is give to your community in some form from your heart. That means you got to feel like you want to give. Hey. And you could do that anonymously, which I love, by the way. I really do. I don't want to be known. People think suddenly you got, money rolling out of your ass when you don't. You just have a couple extra bills you want to help somebody with, you know. I'm not got money rolling out of my bills, but I do like to help my fellow man or woman or family, especially around the holidays because it's so fucking cold. We all forget how cold it is in the summertime, but once it gets, we forget that we had some really cold spells and a lot of people couldn't afford the extra, stuff. So, yeah. So let's see if anybody got on the streaming. No. And that's the thing a lot of people forget. They just forget to, we get busy in our lives, we paying the bills. You got to remember it's a matrix. We got to pull back and we can rule the matrix and make it a better place where people don't have to worry about having their power shut off because they're trying to make their ends meet. And they shouldn't have to worry about all this stuff that's, compiled, really. So, yeah. So I'm hoping that everybody here is having had a good weekend. My theory is after I'm done here, I'm taking my clothes, folding it, and going getting ready to go to bed and get my lunch ready. So while I'm talking here, I'm going to be grinding up some flour, premium quarters. Yeah. She goes, we ran out. Yeah, I figured so. That's okay. I will get the numbers. So, you don't have to pay tax when you go to DVJ. That's what's nice about there. You don't have to pay the tax. Okay, that's the quarters. Okay. And what I like about that is, you know, you don't have to worry about tax. I go there every so often. I guess I'll be going there a little more. There we go. Now I do have my other stuff too. Let me see. Hi, how are you? Right now I'm just grinding up some shake and making some, just stuff so I can have later on. I like to have be all on hands on deck. And so we are talking about karma. And a lot of people don't realize when you send someone bad stuff, through either, magic or just, telling untruthful stuff about somebody all the time and hurting their life in some form. When you do that, you're doing bad karma. And when you get enough of it, suddenly, you're wondering what's happening in your life and how to get rid of that bad karma. My cat's here. Hi, Bobby. Oh, here's Bobby. Whoop. Whoop. Him and his back legs, I swear. He's like Mr. Strongy. He's my protector. So anyway, when you deal with that magically, if I would say that you would have to burn it off. Just what I've seen to help other people magically. I never sent anyone bad shit, so I do not know what kind of stuff you get back from that. But my friends who used to be these three beautiful ladies, we were about the same age, about 18. They do not look pretty. They're mean and spiteful. They were once beautiful. I'm like thinking, do you think that they just got all mean and nasty because of, the magic? I have no idea. But Lord, blah, blah, she's blah. Yeah. So. Let's see how much of it I can keep trying to. It's grinding it. So, yeah. When you have that karma magically, you got to help somebody magically, is what I think. But that's what I've seen it work best. I'm going to go and get some different stuff. Don't play with that. Oh, I love my cat, but sometimes he can be such a spitfire. And yeah. Oh, my naughty stuff is on the floor. I don't even use it. See? It's called BAM. It's 28. I got like a little collection of everything. Really. Because I like to mix up the different things and it just blows your mind. I have one I named Mind Blower. It was amazing. Hi, how are you? Yes. You want to know how to deal with karmic, magical karmic? You got to do it magically. You got to help someone from the heart magically without charging them pro bono. Even in some cases, where they don't know that you helped them. Mhm. That is the best way to do it. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thanks. Thanks. So, yeah, if you want to help people from experience and you want to get rid of magical karma, say you got magic karma, you sent somebody some bad shit and thought that they were a bad person, and then you realized, oh shit, I'm in trouble because yeah, it's not a good thing. So then you sit there and you try to find out you can help yourself from getting the magic karma that can really hurt you. If you pray, you not pray, not the typical prayer. If you meditate on that person enough to where you fix what you had magically sent, then you take care of your karma magically. That's what I'm talking about. You fix what should happen to them magically. And that helps out a lot. So if you want to help someone magically, you don't have to name yourself. You don't have to send a message, oh, I'm helping you, kiss my farts, No, you go, you meditate, you either have a picture of them or you know what they look like, and you say, I am, you make a, a rhyming thing. I'm helping so what you did. Make a rhyming song and then meditate with that rhyming song and just keep doing it till you hear that person feeling better. It takes care of your karmic that you sent that person. And then after it's done, you will realize not to do that shit again. And you won't have a big karmic credit card. Do it to them. You just line and taking care of your bad credit card, and after a while good things will happen on your own. People want to be around you, but when you have bad juju, who wants to be around you? It's like, what did I do, fart or something? What do I got now? I smell. No, you got bad juju, so what do? You undo it. You undo all that bad juju. I undo it. I heal you. And everything that was to be done to them, you need to undo. If it's financial, undo it. If it's, health, undo it. Undo all that. And you magically, that karma will be gone. And you will have it paid off. That's all. You don't even have to tell them it was great. I almost wish they had like that kind of thing for like when you help the families out and stuff. Really, I wish they had it where it was just totally anonymous. I'd be happy with that. Let me tell you a story. We had people living next door, and we had this rocking chair that we didn't want. Instead of selling it for $25 and them leaving us alone, my ex had a little love thing going on next door and gave it away free. So they decided, when I used to work the swing shift, to come over and ask for a list of grocery items, including sugar and honey and this. And I looked at them and I said, I'm not no Salvation Army, hon. And you never come over to this house. And no, we're not giving away free food. I looked at her and said, I work hard for my money. The reason why I don't want to be let known, then people think that you just got money falling out of your ass. And there's times I'm broke as fuck. There's times I got a couple more bucks to spend, and I like to help my fellow human beings. And it makes me feel good, especially if it's a hard winter, There's been a lot of just, people going through their own personal deaths, their own personal rebirths, and it's just been hard. And the economy's been sucking. So yeah, I always try to help out when I can. That's how I am. That's how I was brought up. It's just not brought up, but I just feel good, do something for the community. If you don't have the money, then spend your time. You know, I'm going to go spend some time with some animals and cleaning their poo and pee. And doing that. It's something to do than to sit home and mope and hope that someone comes and says, hey, I love you. It just is what it is. So yeah. So if you want karma payment, be a good person. It helps. Being an asshole just doesn't help. Be patient with people. Understand you don't know what's going on in their home life at all. I tell that to everybody. They might be going under different stresses that you don't understand. Whatever it is. Oh, look at that. It is so nice. See, I got it mixed up with a 30, a 28, and what else? That's two different 28s. Oh, look at that. So yeah, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, forgiveness is one of the best things that you can do, but you don't have to forget. You can remember what they did and go, oh, it is what it is. I just, you know, some people have a way of just making other people's lives hell. But yeah, that is one way to go and, do that. Now, I like that a whole lot better because, like I said, every time I've helped at the church in any form or manner, they want to like bring me into their fold. And I'm like, no, I'm gnostics, baby. I'm just knowing that you can, offer something that I can't do at the moment, which is actually screen these people. I just, give the funds. And it's not a whole lot, all right? It's just something to help, It's not even like taking care of the whole family. It's like you take care of a portion or whatever. And I'm just happy to help. And I just want to remain anonymous when that does happen, when I do go and do it. So, anyway, the best way to do is also with your time and your energy. I used to help over at Symphony until they closed down. The woman that was running it, she went kind of, we figured she was smoking something and then we thought it was like some bath salts or whatever. We were like, oh crap. So we were trying to get her out. And we were going to like, it was a fun thing, but yeah, it ended up where she ended up leaving on her own, thankfully. But yeah, she was hurting the animals. And I was like, finally saying to the people, let's just have it where she doesn't take care of the animals no more. She could do outside work. And that's what we all voted. Because she'd get angry if they barked a lot. I'm like, no, I think Crazy Pants can just do outside work. We're just demoting her a little bit further. It is what it is. So yeah, I worked at Symphony for a bit until they no longer were there. And I took the two animals that I adopted are no longer living. They lived a nice long life. They were older animal and passed away. Cat and Odie. Yeah. So I hope. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thanks. Yes. So, like I said, you can magically, if you sent someone some bad shit, guess what you can do? You can undo it. Undo that karma shit, man. It's wonderful. You can pray for them, but not prayer like you more or less meditate on them and say, I undo this and keep doing it. You know, when you hear that their life is getting a little bit better, then you know that your karma is almost paid off. If you did it for one person, it's great. If you did it for more than that, you're going to have to spend some time. It's going to take some time, but it will get done. So, yeah. And that's how I found out. You know, my grandmother used to talk about this one lady in the garden club. Oh, she looked like the typical old fashioned witch, you know. And my grandma said, "You keep," she was saying to her, "Don't you send my grandmother, granddaughter, an evil eye, or I'll pick up something that you," and she more or less stated that she was going to send her back something that she didn't want, because we went to a yard sale where that the lady was there, and she was saying, yeah, it was funny, you know, two witches bitching it out. Don't touch my granddaughter. Yeah, I remember exactly what I bought too. I bought these big glasses. I thought they were the fucking shit. I did. I thought they were the shit, man. Those magic glasses, they're real big, you know. Yeah. They were brand new at the yard sale, but I think you would buy from China and, you know, sell a bunch of shit on her yard sale. That's what my grandma said. She goes, she got a gambling problem. Oh, grandma knows about everybody's little thing, you know. She's telling my Aunt Karen, yeah, she got a gambling problem. She's trying to keep it up. Oh, gosh. My grandma was funny like that. Uh, she pretty much stated that, you know, that I was off limits. Oh boy, the garden club, what are they doing that I don't know? That's what I used to think as a kid. God, I can't wait to join the garden club. God, that sounds exciting. You know, you got witches and brews and stews and everything. And I'm going, whoa, grandma, I never knew that about you. So, yeah, I didn't know that my grand pretty much put these women in line. I love that. She was not a very tall woman. She was a beautiful soul, though. Oh, she was amazing and powerful. And she kept me in line because keeping me in line was, you know, she was so good at it. So, yeah, karma is very important. My grandmother used to argue with my grandfather about his karma. Oh, she would say, your karma is not very good. You should start doing some stuff. You know, this, that, and my grandfather would walk away. I grew up where my grandmother spoke her opinion and my grandfather took it in, and sometimes he took it and sometimes he didn't. So, if you're wondering about karma, you're worried about your karma, start praying for people, not praying in a sense, meditating, sending healing light and love to people who you have hurt. Will actually, if you go and heal them, guess what? That's that karma point just wiped off. Isn't that wonderful how it works that way? It's like magic, you know? And you don't even have to tell the person. Shoot. In some cases, some people don't know they've had stuff or bad things said to them. So if you wipe it off, you pretty much wipe off the bad credit points of karma, and you get good luck come back to you. You know, you might find that guy that you dated back in whenever, or that person you dated back 4 years ago or 10 years ago. Boom, you know. But my journey started when my friend Christina, she owed me a lot of credit points, man. I pulled her out of a lot of what they call steaming fires because of her little mouth. Huh. So I'm bitching about the fact. I'm saying, Christina, she's passed away, by the way. Yeah, she died of cirrhosis of the liver. That's where I got this amethyst stone. Anyway, I was telling her my woes about my ex having another affair at the VFW. And I said, shoot, he's having another affair. This is at the VFW. I'm sitting there, you know, behind the bar, helping barkeep and stuff. She comes behind my ex and starts kissing and nibbling at the back of his neck. And I'm like, wow, that's nice. Is that a new thing we're doing here? Because I got to know that because, yeah. She looked at me like I was the other motherfucking woman. I'm like, what? You got to be joking me. So I'm telling this to Christina, and she goes, she's one of the few people that knew about my list. And she goes, you gotta go. We gotta go to a show. Yeah, the freak show's really good. You gotta go. You really gotta go. And I'm like, really? She goes, oh yeah, right up your alley. She kept looking at me and giggling, and I'm like, God, we haven't even smoked weed. Huh. All right. So we decided to go, and Senior Psychopath went with us. He was way behind, and I had my two kids. My daughter was about 2 and potty trained, and my son was about in his early 20s. No, I don't, shit. Yeah. He was about 19. And we seen the show. Christina's like, I know you don't got money, and I'm not going to give this to you in front of him because he'll take it. She goes, I know he's been taking it. And I know that he hasn't been filling the gas in the Jeep. So that's what we're going to do after we're done here. We'll fill the gas in the Jeep to make sure, you know, before I leave, you know, she was going to fill up the gas tank and I just drop her off by her apartment because that's how pissed she was. Anyway, we go and see the show, and I'm like, holy tamale. Wow. That is so fucking cool. I'm like talking about the show, talking about all the stuff in the freak show, and just all excited. And my ex is like really quiet. And he's usually the one that will be talking and acting like he's the big wheeling, dealing man. That night we left her place because the kids had to go to school and I had my other life to live. And so we went back, and as we're driving, the kids fell asleep and we get into a conversation. She did a good thing, boy. For years and years, I never talked back to my significant, you know, psychopath. I just took it. This time I wasn't going to take it. I was going to tell him the truth. Damn, that was nice up there. Woo-wee. Wow. You gave him a $5 tip. We could have been, yeah, it was worth every bit. So you're saying, I go, man, that was a good show. And my money, my time, and I can tip whoever the fuck I want. And that was how it went. I remember how I told him, yeah, I could tip whoever the fuck I want. I never spoke up to him, and we didn't have a conversation the rest of the evening. The kids got up, we put them to bed. I went and got ready to bed, and I went on a massive rehealth and talked to my dad about what I can do to be healthier. And I went on a regimen and diet, not diet pills, but just regular vitamins. And I gave up meat, well, the whole 9 yards. Oh, yeah. I started just waking up just about my body and how it was doing. And I fell back off I would be close to being like 50 pounds close to like my goal, and I never make it. So, me being the smart ass, I said to my son, hey, let's try an easy way. So, human growth hormone. I tried that, and boy, I think it works fine, when I guess fasting's way easier than the human growth hormone. So I tried it both ways, and I would say that the natural way is way easier. The human growth hormone, not so much. I'm not, it took, I bought the smallest needle you can get that you can use. Yeah. Because I just, no. So, yeah, I would say that fasting was a way better way. And it actually made me a lot healthier, where the human growth hormone, I think, was beneficial only while you're using it. And it was not suggested to use it all the time, like you would do a week to 2 weeks on, and then you have to take 2 weeks off, and you have to, yeah. So anyway, on subject with Temu and your karma points. Oh, hi. The horse has fallen from grace. Oh. Oh, you want me to define gnostics? We do not believe that. Okay, it is knowledge and sharing knowledge, and we do not believe that the God up there is, the true God. That the one God, the one shining light, the one God is our true God. And then there's Sophia. So, yeah, that is pretty much. Now they're stating other things, but yeah, we don't pray to the same God, and Gnostics, there's different forms of the Gnostics. So you would have to tell me what form, and I would have to actually, as we're talking, look it up. But yeah, there's different forms of Gnostics. But if you're just talking the average Gnostic person, yeah. Well, it's a sharing of knowledge of how you can be a better person. It's a sharing of knowledge of being a one and only, and being your own inner Jesus. That's what I was told, that we are all sparks of light. We are all beings that shine through. Why would I want to hurt somebody? Yeah, we are all sparks of light. That's why I call everyone here gods and goddesses, because we all are our personal Jesus. Just like the song from, and that I grew up with, which is Personal Jesus by oh shit. They talk about your own personal Jesus. You are your own. You don't need to go to church. Meditate outside in the beauty. Yeah. Personal Jesus, yes. I can't even sing the song for afraid that I will get a strike, but you get the gist of what that song says in the personal Jesus, it states exactly what we're all going through. We're all going through our own personal death, our own personal stuff. So meditating is so important, you know. So, you know, what I like to do on here is to ground ourselves, and it's almost been an hour. So let's ground ourselves. And yeah, you know, I do believe we are shining beautiful light. And I hate to see when people act like little children and send people bad things, because they can pray, not pray, meditate and send healing light back to that person and say, hey, I take back this. I take back all the bad. Of course I do. I would have to say morgue official. He's a lot better than me. Yeah, he's a lot better. Oh, more here. Let me put Morgan Fishel. Go see him. He's amazing. He is. He's an amazing man. All right. I don't want to put gymnastics in a bad, thing, but it is a good, if I would have listened more to my dad, I would have been further along, but it is what it is. Yeah. He is an amazing, amazing person, you know. He is. I remember seeing his show. Woo, that was the best $5 spent. I'm telling you, it was. It was what my ex said. There could have been an orgy behind you, and you wouldn't have done nothing. And I just smiled and said nothing because I said all I wanted to. So yeah, he's amazing. He really is. So I would tell people, you want to be put in the right thing, and also he has a you can get extra stuff by becoming a member, and it's not that much, so look into that too. So it's, yeah, I would say he's right there. He's got more of an explanation. I'm learning, but I know the gist of it, and I know how to be good. I got to keep my mouth shut most of the time. Yeah, go to Morgan Fishel. He's got his shit right there. I love his stuff. So, yeah, that's where you go. It's no problem. Hey, it's the truth. Oh, dang it. It's the truth. The reason why a lot of people sometimes they get jealous of other people, and then they get bad karma. I just hate when people get jealous of other people for doing well. I mean, damn, he puts a lot of work into that shit. So yeah, I just come on here. See, I need a little more foundation, a lot less weed. It's the truth. His shit's good. You get even stuff, like you get. He's funny, and he's got a sense of humor, and it makes it so much nicer to watch. So usually after the live thing, I watch it and I'm like, oh, like the next day, because I want his channel to flourish and do so well. I really do. Wake the people the hell up. Woo! Yeah. Darn it. I gotta clean my little hand collection. So yeah, I have been on here for about an hour. I'm going to get ready to go to bed. So yeah, I got to get up at 12. So I hope everybody has a great and wonderful evening. If you want to help your karma, go watch Morg. It'll help it much better. Subscribe, and um, he has where you can join his special group and stuff. It's really cool. So do that too. All right. I am out, and I am going to have some good karmic points, I hope, down the road, and do some good stuff with some cute amigos. All right.